Sox News Channel. Righteous and equal. Sox News Channel is brought to you by 7-Eleven. Serving you since 7-Eleven BC. Right? Hello, my name is Thomas O'Connell, and today I'll be interviewing Ben Wolf, the main character of the book Deadline, written by Crutcher. Now, I wanted you to know before we start that I did, in fact, read the entire story, and I'm prepared for the most detailed of questions on his characterization. So, to start, why do you like girls? I'm just kidding. But seriously, I made sure to read the entire story, because if I didn't, I just hope my teacher hadn't read it. Anyway, so let's start off by answering the first question. You said you were the type to cut off your own fingers and not come home because you didn't want to bleed on the carpet. Care to expand on that?
I didn't want them to have to worry about me, really. I mean, I wanted as normal as a year I could get, since that's all I had left. But really, it wasn't gonna be normal, no matter what. I mean, I was dying. I was 18. I mean, you can't get normal after that. I tried to hold it back from them, but in the end, just made it harder. So really, I tried to make them not worry, but in the end, it just made it worse. But it turned out okay, I guess.
In your remaining time, you read up on lies my teachers tell me. With the knowledge you gained from this, you decided to pursue the truth in your school. You ended up angering many of your teachers, specifically Mr. Lambier. Do you believe antagonization is the correct thing to do in order to get the truth from your teachers?
Teachers are there to, of course, teach you what you need to know. I don't recommend harassing them on the matter, but I do believe it's better to encourage them to give them non-biased sides of the argument. But really, you shouldn't screw around with them. You should try to work with them, respect them, and maybe you'll get a better education that way. In fact, you'll get a way better education that way.
You focus a lot towards Malcolm X. You believe his cause was right, but you believed he wasn't hurt as well as he could have been. Frankly, really, you chose the worst ratio of I'm gonna get this done to no one's even gonna bother, because you were in Trout, Idaho, a very small state. I'm sure nobody could really differentiate between Malcolm X and Malcolm in the Middle, which he even said. But do you think that because you were dying, that kind of motivated you to actually do this?
The odds were against me greatly. A lot of my motivation was from the autobiography and from the fact that I wanted to help and change people before I ran out of time. So of course my motivation came from my short time, but not all of it. Without ever reading that book, I might not have given Rudy McCoy the few more days he had, and Dallas might not have been comfortable with herself, more confident.
When you were told that you were dying, it really didn't come to that much of a shock to you. You say that you were foreseeing this event from, you saw it. You knew it was going to happen. To me, it seemed like you were fine with it. Or was it that you didn't care?
I cared a lot, but I didn't want to die. It just seemed that that was going to happen, you know? Whether I reacted in great anger or sorrow, it wouldn't change the fact. When Dr. Wagner told me I was for dead in a year, I just accepted it and planned out how to live the rest of my life instead of worrying. Then I chose to have it as normal as possible. I realized, though, that when you're dying, nothing is normal.
Alright, final question. How do you think you would summarize your impact on Trout, Idaho? Through every experience, through every change, what would you say about it?
With the last year of my life, I was able to convince Rudy McCoy to live a few extra days. I was able to have Dallas believe in herself and really get more confident after the incident with her uncle. And really, I believe that I did a good job with a year. And if I could do it, I would do the same exact thing.
Well, thanks for coming out, Ben. It was an honor having you here.
No problem. Uh, Thank you for, uh, uh, can I help you?
What the? Oh, snap. This just in, Sox News Studios. We have found carnage pictures that were taken outside of our studios, and with our great technology, we'll show it to you. Now, with this video, we can see that there's literally a car in the air. Now, with slow motion, you can see it better. Fascinating. Wouldn't you say, Jen? Right. I forgot that you're mute. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. P.S. Give me an A.